Our very special guest today, our friend Steve Schwartz is here. Steve, the Executive Director of Hope Served. Good morning, Steve.
Good morning. Great to be here.
Yeah, we love having you here. Anybody you want to say hi to this morning?
Well, I'd love to say hi to my wife and my sons and my grandson, Xavier.
Wonderful to have you here. Tell us all about Hope Served.
So Hope Served was founded here in the Mannheim area about 4 years ago by a woman named Kelly Harnish. She has a number of kids with disabilities that she adopted, and as she got involved in that world, met many other families with similar challenges, and so founded this organization with the goal of helping folks with disabilities get jobs in the community.
And our listeners would know Kelly because that's Olivia's mom. Olivia was on our morning show for a while, and her husband Dale helps at Kids Cookie Break as well, so that's pretty cool. So what exactly are you doing working with the kids with disabilities?
So it's actually adults. We're working with adults of all ages with disabilities, and the focus is helping them get jobs in the community in mainstream ways, like not in sheltered settings, but actually working in the community. So we've started a coffee roasting business. We have our own brand of coffee called Hope Served Coffee. We also make greeting cards, and we have a cafe on the campus of Pleasant View Retirement Community called Hope Served Cafe that's open daily.
And as soon as you're done here, you have to run and open it up this morning.
I do. Come see me this morning from 8 to noon at Pleasant View.
That's very cool. How did you guys get into roasting coffee, and what was the idea behind that?
Well, one of our board members has a coffee roasting business. He's blind, and it was a business that he taught himself in his retirement to do that he'd be able to do being a blind person. And so he's been teaching us how to do it. And so we've developed our own blends and our own roasts, and we're really trying to develop high-end coffee.
I love that. Yeah. And how often is your cafe open?
It's 8 to noon, Monday to Friday at this point.
Very cool. If folks want more information about Hope Served or about the coffee or cafe, can they find that online?
Yep, hopeserved.org.
And you guys have an event coming up that you're pretty excited about. Tell us about that.
Yeah, we have a benefit concert. Mitch McVicker, who was a songwriting partner of Rich Mullins, is coming to the area Saturday evening, June 28th. We're hosting it at Harrisburg Brethren in Christ Church because it's kind of central to the area that Mitch has played in the past. And so love to have you join us. Go to hopeserved.org, click on the events page, and tickets are $10. You'll love to see you there.
We're going to talk more about that concert coming up and more about Hope Served. We'll want you to stick around for that. Our very special guest today, Steve Schwartz, is with us. Steve, the Executive Director of Hope Served. Good morning again, Steve.
Good morning. Great to be here.
Yeah, wonderful to have you here. We've been asking our guests if they would share their life verse with us. Do you have a life verse you'd like to share?
Well, I love the entire chapter, Isaiah 58. I recommend you go read it. But just to highlight verses 10 and 11, if you spend yourselves on behalf of the hungry and satisfy the needs of the oppressed, your light will rise in the darkness, and your night will become like the noonday. Skipping ahead a little bit, you will be like a well-watered garden, like a spring whose waters never fail. So that always inspires me. I used to have a friend that would talk about what he called outdulgence. Indulgence is doing things for yourself, but he felt like as Christians we should live lives of radical hospitality. He would call it outdulgence.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's great. That kind of sums that up, outdulgence.
Yeah.
And that's really what you're doing with Hope Served. Tell us about your ministry.
So, yeah, we're working to create jobs for folks with disabilities. Lots of times folks with disabilities feel marginalized from social activities, from the workplace, even sometimes in church settings it's hard to fit in. And so we're trying to create a place where people feel welcome. And so through social activities, through job training, and we're working towards creating paying jobs for folks in the community. So we're working plans to open a restaurant in Mannheim. We currently have opened a coffee bar and breakfast bar on the campus of Pleasant View Retirement Community. And the goal is to create opportunities for people to use their gifts and shine as they're able to in the community.
Do you have any great stories that kind of tell us about what you're doing on a regular basis?
Well, I think of Rebecca as one person who's just using her gifts and helping to run our coffee business. So she gives leadership to our coffee roasting team, and she's out at shows on the weekend helping to sell coffee. She was at a show this past weekend. She'll be in another one this coming Saturday. And she just has so much to offer. And so we're learning a lot working with her, learning from her. She's learning from us. And it's just a real blessing to have Rebecca on our team.
If folks want more information, they can visit you online.
Yep, hopeserved.org.
And you have an event coming up, speaking of show, a concert that's going to be a fundraiser. Tell us about that. Yeah,
Mitch McVicker's coming to town. He was a songwriting partner and a ministry partner of Rich Mullins. They met in Bible school, and then they left Bible school and did ministry on a Navajo reservation together. Sadly, he was in the car accident that killed Rich in '97. But shortly before that, they wrote the song My Deliverer, which is one of my favorite songs, later recorded by the Ragamuffin Band.
Mine too.
So he's coming to town. He'll be at Harrisburg Brethren in Christ Church, June 28th, Saturday evening, and you can get tickets on our website. Click on the events link, $10. I'd love to see you there.
Yeah, that would be very cool. It's a great opportunity not only to see Mitch, but to also be a part of what Hope Served is doing.
Yeah.
Steve, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.